All right, traders, we are live with the market. All right, got a minute till the market opens on up. Sorry, running a little bit late, doing the daddy thing this morning. So I'm a little behind, got to flip through some tickers. Drink the coffee, Bob would be disappointed, and find some decent setups. So let me know what you guys are looking at. GCTK, I noticed this one's 6 to 15. I'm pulling up the news now. Mr. MG, I saw ULY and thought of you. Did you hit ULY? That looked like a MG kind of trade. GCTK presents positive final results of first in human study. Okay. Market is open. All right, guys. Let's let the trades come to us. How did I know, MG? ULY looked like your kind of trade. All right, my eyes are going to be focused on scans, seeing what's popping up. I do. I feel like I predict your trade every single day. I just look and know. All right, RZLV spiking up a bit. RZLV is finally at the 200-day moving average. Actually hit it at 320. This one I was monitoring yesterday. Basing at 290 fairly well. Like I said, guys, I was doing the daddy thing this morning, so I'm kind of late here. I'm just going to be flipping through and finding something, seeing what sets up, letting the trades come to you. Just another mic. Hello. Let's have another green day. Dink Bink in here too. Bandits. Kayvon. Kayvon just got back from the lake. How'd the lake trip go? All right, so INDI semiconductor getting a little spike. I'm just going to throw some tickers on the watch list. INDI spiking up 380 up to 4, floating up here too. Some semiconductors, that sector in general with quantum looks to be getting a gap this morning. Obviously, I do like tickers up $6 to 15, but the chart looks like this chart, I don't know. This chart's done a lot of reverse splits, it looks like. Kind of has a gap to fill over $500 here. The chart's just too hard to read once they do so many reverse splits, GCTK. At least on Thinkorswim. Went long on GCTK. Yeah, I mean, it looks like GCTK's got a 500,000 in float. I mean, it looks like that one could squeeze a little bit higher. I'll probably just be watching it. ULY looks dumb, but good trade there. MG in pre-market. All right. CRCL. I know that everybody on freaking Twitter seemed to be trading CRCL yesterday. That one's spiking up right now. So yeah, a little bit. CRCL. Okay. We're just going to snipe them out today. Snipe them out. Indy is definitely getting my attention. INDI. It looks to be like we got 450 really good resistance on it. It is floating up a bit here at $4. Floating up a bit at $4. 450 I see is pretty good. Will we get there? Not sure, because we're up 320 to 4 right now off of the previous close. Mr. Fades got your email. Dude, I'm happy for you. Although that would have paid you out had that trade have not messed up, but I'm glad they at least retracted what happened, that misprint on MAS. All right, GCTK halted, not halted down yet. Decent pullback there. Decent pullback, GCTK. I know, Mike, we were trading EYEN yesterday. I am eyeballing it today. Still eyeballing it. A lot of resistance up in the 10. Double top yesterday in the 1050s. It just sold off and just balled up. I prefer them spiking up to resistance and then doing a green to red move versus a red to green move. They sometimes can hold up better if they profit take initially and do a red to green. But that one just popped up $8.20 to $9. That was pretty quick. ULY, you think there's... Oh, okay. I thought it was done. I kind of took it off the watch list. That thing is spiking back up. Yeah, that could be sloppy seconds. Good point there. ULY. Did we halt up ULY? No, tons of volume just came in off the lows right there, though. All right, so ULY put in a descending triangle pre-market. That's the support. I got now as a ceiling, it should be. Let me draw out the descending triangle. So about $10 is going to be resistance on it. Up towards, I always start these things early. So I'm going to wait and see if we get up towards 10.20. Closer to 10 and then get a position on it. Is the bid ask correct on Thinkorswim? It's showing me 950, 875. I'm going to take a look on TTP. No, it's tighter than that. Okay. ULY is definitely one we could be monitoring. Indy, remember 450 on Indy is really good. So Indy, I'm monitoring INDI up towards 450. GCTK halted down. SONM. Okay. SONM, that one. SONM put in a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern here. SONM, we could see this one could be heavy towards like the 180. If we curl back up, it's got a ceiling at 160, but 180 could be the good risk there. Let me take a look. They proposed a reverse takeover with a private U.S.-based company to build out NVIDIA-based high-performance computing AI factories. Okay. All right, SONM, I got to throw that one down too. We got 180 pretty tough there. MG's point out SRFM squeezing up. Yep. Zombie hour move on that in today yesterday. What happened there? PLTR just boarded a flying startup. I guess they got involved here. PLTR. Yeah, SRFM squeezing up. Good call, MG. Left of the chart, I'm seeing 520 up to up to 6. Some upper shadows up to 6. Did we halt up? All right, SRFM I think just halted up. All right. A lot of halts this morning. We're just taking our time here. SRFM halted up. I am seeing some resistance I like up here. Trying to think of what I would want to scale to. So we're up off of yesterday's move, over 100% on it. Okay, so out of this halt, I'll probably start it at around 520s and plan to get up to 620, like into the 620. So I'll probably start at like 50 shares SRFM and plan to hit it again up towards six in the sixes. That's what I'm kind of thinking at the moment. SONM one again, $100 risk per trade for me. SONM 180 is really good risk. So I am eyeballing SONM too. ULY halted up. That chart's not bad either. I mean, that chart's pretty good. ULY. I think no, that news is really old. I don't know. I don't see the news ULY. They appointed a new CFO effective June 6th. I mean, that's old news kind of. What's Indy at? Indy didn't quite make it. INDI didn't quite make it. Indy's slowing down, in fact, and looks like a decent fader off the highs. So I'm considering Indy, but I would adjust the trade a little bit because I like the 450, but it looks I would trade it against the highs. That's what I'm thinking. INDI, she's looking heavy, and then GCTK. All right, our eyes are on everything. So NKTR squeezing up and out too. I hit that one yesterday. NKTR is having a squeeze, 24 up to 28 right now. Dude, is this one a look? This one's got to be a high short interest in KTR. It felt like that yesterday, and I may have even looked at it, but I forget. Let me look at NKTR short interest real quick. No, it's only 6%. Huh. All right. All right, ULY just opened up. All right, we're probably just going to have to involve ourselves in a few of these. That's what I'm thinking. I might be taking a few of these trades. Not wanting to marry any of them, but ULY is already pulling back off a 9. Really, really strong. ULY, a tiny float too, less than 1 million. GCTK still halted down. So SRFM, I'm going to watch this one out of the halt. I'm going to add it to TTP and get ready for it. SRFM. Because ULY just dumped, man. That thing. All right, SRFM monitoring. ULY is all the way back down to $8 off the 9. And just monitoring SRFM. I'll be a little patient with it. I mean, it just did put in a whole point move. It snapped from 450 down, then a really quick red to green move. Really quick red to green move. CGTK, you're ready. GCTK, ready for that one to resume. Yeah, GCTK. I wish the past chart history was. I mean, it's impossible to read when they've done so many splits. SONM still looks good against 180. ULY heavy, and Indy still looking heavy. I'm tempted on an Indy trade. It's a slower one, but the volume has completely died off there. It feels heavy against the highs to me, INDI. All right, SRFM just opened up. Is profit taking a little bit right now off of that halt? Let's see if she buys up and heads on up any further. She's buying up, making a new high right now. I'm gonna go ahead and take a trade on INDI. It's just gonna be against like the highs. It's a slow trade. Buyback 421. Yeah. Okay. All right. There's Indy. Small position. Just that one be in the background. Setting the stop there. Slower fade. SRFM up to 530. Okay. Not bad. I don't mind getting involved there either. SRFM. All right, I'll start at 536 SRFM 50 and plan to hit it again up over 6. 536 starting it. Tapping some decent resistance back here. Then, of course, we got a lot of upper shadows up and over 6. YAAS, I never pulled that one up. Let me take a look. YAAS. Oh, yeah, dude, that is a sleeper. Yeah, that's pretty much a hangover right there. Yep, that's a beautiful hangover. 558 previous close. Decent risk. Yeah, that's really good. Good eye there. All right, SRFM up in the 550s now. ULY sitting heavy at 8. Indy just kicking back. GCTK opened up and sold off even further. YAAS a little spready there. How high are we squeezing on this SRFM? How high are we going to squeeze here? I'm going to throw another 50 on it up here. See if we can pull back down to the, $5 or so. Ah, shoot. SONM, yeah, look at that. One I didn't start. 180s was good risk. Just dropped from 170 to 150. Indy pulling back a little bit. I'm in very small there. SRFM 520 just balled up. Magic 20-cent area there. So let's see what she's going to do. SRFM in regards to 520. 520 kind of needs to come back under 520 in my opinion. I'm going to take half off into the teens right there. And I'll probably smack it again on a pop. Just kind of pay myself out along the way here. If it drops really fast, if we get a fast sell-off into the 480s, I'll probably just have to be out of it and look to hit it again on a pop. We'll see what she's going to do, SRFM. Yeah, I'll be done with it right there. Like I said, forward into the 480s, 90s. All right, cool. Not a massive play, but took some money there. Indy's working out so far. Probably 393 average. Wonder if I should size into this one. NKTR. Oh my god, NKTR. SRFM, anybody else? Green team, anybody else smack that? I was kind of small because I was anticipating a little bit more of a move on it up towards 650, but right now it's kind of dying out. SONM, I'm a little regretful there. Just stay dialed in. Yeah, just have a bunch of $30 trades. Like yesterday, you're up 300 bucks. Try to stay dialed in like that. NKTR, dude. Oh my god. I might have to take a trade here. This thing is up 24 to 34. Whew. What was the news here? I mean, this is a massive, dude. $8 a few days ago to 34. SRFM in the 450s, 470s. Good God. Would have been a fun one to be heavier on. All right. NKTR. My degeneracy is about to take over. Let me... I'm monitoring the action here. Monitoring the action. Scared money don't make money. Somebody said that. Emmanuel in the building. What's going on, Emmanuel? So far, SRFM paying out Emmanuel. I think we just halted down. Spiked right up to some good resistance areas. SONM in the 130s. And then Indy. I might hit Indy again. It's slow. It's very slow. NKTR is shooting up, dude. This thing hit like 34. It's pulling back hard. She is pulling on back. Okay, here's what I'm going to do with INDI. I'm just going to smack it again and put the stop like up and over $4. That's what I'm going to do here. Be a little heavier, but a little tighter on the stop. There we go. Pretty much that would invalidate it for me climbing back up to the highs. So I want to keep the risk pretty good there. It's tapping VWAP right now and the volume's really light. Alright, SRFM, dude. Kevin, leave leftovers. ULY, still potential there. It's double topping at 9 right now. GCTK, did that halt down again? And then EYEN like slowly curling back up to some resistance areas from yesterday. NKTR, I was about to hit it up there around 33.4. It's 3 points off the highs. Let me just watch that one for now. EYN back up and over 10. NKTR in the 30s. All right, EYEN's kind of the play, getting a squeeze on it right now. Back up into the 1020s. ULY climbing up to VWAP. And SRM halted down. CETX up a bit. Such a damn mess right there. Yeah, ULY calling out the more sloppies on it. I mean, I like it against the ceiling here, 975. I don't mind that. SRFM opened up. CETX making some highs. EYEN in the 50s now. All right, so we're triple topping EYEN based off of yesterday's highs. Triple topping there. She's getting interesting now. Really getting a squeeze on her. ULY liquidity sweep up to the VWAP. Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps. Yeah, 5 minute looks good for that. It attempted. Failed attempt right there. I might have to join you on ULY. I just kind of wanted it a little closer up there. I'll try to get involved at 850. Not so confident. Just 50 shares. Try to get involved ULY. I'd like it a little closer up to that 975 resistance, but I'm not sure we're going to get there, especially after we just had that sweep on it. All right, so 845, I got an entry on it. It's a low float play, kind of can be dangerous, so gotta just set our stops in on it. I'm gonna just set a 9. I'm gonna set the like a 975-ish stop on it. ULY, little dangerous of a play here. Low float, risk accordingly. Yeah, hold dollar chops on it. So that one could chop me out. I don't want to risk too much on it. So pretty much that, climbing up towards 10, I just would be out of it. Although that's probably the better entry. Just not sure it's going to get up there. Buyers are stepping in, though. Be a chat room trying to squeeze this thing on out. See what happens. Okay, Vaughn falling asleep over there. SRFM, we could look for sloppies against like 520s. 520s could be the sloppies. ND, I'm kind of bored with too. That one's sitting right under VWAP still. GCTK just sold off and sold off and sold off. EYN still at the highs from the last couple days. 1073. She's kind of up here chilling out, though. That's what you don't want to see if you're a short seller. Just kind of sitting up here stagnant. There are a lot of buyers trying to push ULY up. Will they find success? We will find out. SRFM 5 holding up right now. Decent pop, 460 up to 5. Yeah, after these things tank like a whole point, it's oftentimes very challenging to reclaim those areas. Although they can, it's just challenging to do that. So that's why we call them sloppy seconds. All right, EYN just did a spike up through 11. Lots of volume in on EYN. Tons of volume. EYN, let's see. So you got 1277 is the 200-day moving average. 1277. Yeah, EYN is interesting. Kayvon finding a trade. PAYX looking for a curl there. Yeah, I'm getting quite bold myself. Bold myself with what we're seeing. See a flush under 8 on ULY. Let's see that. See a flush under 8. I was gonna say that, Kayvon, but it kind of did look like what you would trade. So maybe just a slight boredom, not full on boredom, just slight boredom trade. I'm getting so bored with this trade I'm in. Indy as well. I don't know. Indy's not really. Indy's curling back up over VWAP. I think I'm just going to be done with Indy. I'll cancel out Indy. I'll be done with that. So now I'm just in ULY. See if that one's going to work out. And we'll flip around. NKTR maybe could be heavy against the highs. What's EYN? Where's that at? EYN pulled back a little off of that 1140 move. Could we have sloppy seconds here? Perhaps against 1140? ULY, it's still trying to hold $8. There could be a room that tries to pump this thing. That's why I'm trying to I'll keep the wrist kind of tight on it. I could see a room trying to pump this with nothing else going on. In fact, I'll probably lower the risk on it a little bit. Like 940. What's EYN at? EYN curling up. I may hit EYN on this move. I mean, it's sloppy second-ish. I'll throw an order out on EYN. Today is like a dangerous kind of day for over traders because you could overtrade yourself into a hole. So far, I mean, it's 10-11. Goodness. I mean, maybe something opens up. Something will pop up and we'll get involved. EYN, I just got an 11 fill on 50. So EYN, I got an 11 fill. I like this spike back up towards the highs. A quick spike, that is, like 1030s. Quick spike up there. So I'll probably, EYN is one, I may hit that one again. I like the 1230 200-day moving average. Tesla, let's take a look. Oh! Wow. Slip and slide. There you go, Kayvon. Take the long there. Coming up to a couple areas of support on the daily. Yikes. All right, SRFM. That nearly a 520 sloppy seconds too. ULY just kind of going sideways. We need that one to elevator down. And EYEN holding up fairly well up here right now. Here's what I need to do, honestly, with ULY. I need to set the OCO because sometimes these things are so fast you don't get your fill. The stop will still be like 950-ish. Take profit. Like low sevens. Yeah, there we go. And then here's the trade so far, EYN. It's holding up. It's holding 11 really well, though. I like what we're seeing with the fast move up. 1120s magic area I like to smack into, especially sloppy seconds. Need to see that one start profit taking back down, though. If you move up quick like that and then you start going sideways, not entirely what you want to see. So here's what I'm going to do, EYN. I think I have an 1101 average. I think I'm going to just hit it again and put like an 11.25. Well, no. Hit it again and put an 11.25-ish stop. See if we topped. I want to kind of see if we topped out on the day. ULY, we need a pretty clear snap right here. ULY is pulling back, but we need a pretty significant snap down into the 7s. The bids are getting low. They're getting low. Get low, get low, get low. Getting uber bored with this action right now. All right, let me flip through a few tickers. SRFM perhaps against 520-ish on a short. Oh, Indy. Oh, Indy. Indy. Indy, Indy. Unfortunate. NKTR as well. Look, sloppy seconds. You guys learning from the sloppy seconds? Sloppy seconds on NKTR. Look at this. You drop down a significant amount. You have shorts covering. You pop back up. It gives you another entry, you know? If you want to wait for the backside, what do they call it? The backside bandits in here. So, EYEN tanking a little bit. I have a really small size on this. I was about to hit it again. Yeah, fades patience. Yeah, type of day where patience is mandatory. Absolutely. You could get absolutely crushed today over trading. And then it comes with like reduced risk too, which is annoying. I mean, I need a couple of these to work out to have a decentish day. ULY is pulling back. Let's get that under 8. Come on, get that under 8. I'm going to set this OCO, but reduce the share size on the profit take side to 25. Yeah, I like that about this platform a lot. Like the profit take side, I can reduce the 780s profit side. I can reduce that to like half. The stop, keep it full, but then the take profit, reduce that to half. Okay, EYN pulling back good here. All right, I'll take half off EYN. I'm just going to leave. I'll see if we can get down here into like the 40s, 30s on it and take the rest off. It is profit taking a little bit right here. All right, I'll take all of EY in right there. And then ULY, what are we doing? We don't want 8 to hold on it. Do not want 8 to hold on it. SRFM tapping the 520s. I might have to hit that one again. SRFM on the sloppies up here. I mean, maybe it continues higher, but this is a good area to be smacking. SRFM, see if I get a fill. SRFM, I did get filled, 520. Just going 75 shares. Up at 520. I'm gonna this kind of a trade. I just don't want it to break up and out to new highs, so I'm gonna be setting the stop back up towards like 545. Just setting the stop up to 545 SRFM. Coming back up to the magic 20 cent area. Just gonna tap that up there against some resistance. See if we can pull back. ULY, I need to kind of put a manual trail on it because this thing, I'm seeing some orders stacking on the ask. It's just taking a long time. I'm just surprised with the buyer stepping in on this thing. That is pretty much what I'm surprised about here. All right, we're coming down to $8 right now. All right, I just got out half ULY in the 790s. So I'm still working with half. SRFM pulling back pretty good here. Let me take... I'll kick back with it for a little bit. All right, SRFM. Let me see. I pulled into the 490s. That was good. Good hit against 420s. I didn't take any profits, and it is popping off a 5 a little bit. The trend line that we're on with SRFM is going to try to hold up. 490s. It's going to try to hold that up, perhaps. Need some good selling pressure here to crack under that. Wow, we're cracking it pretty good. A lot of sellers stepping in here. Actually hasn't cracked it yet. I'm just going to take it all down here. Not in big enough to leave leftovers on it. Okay, SRFM on this trend line. Kind of pulled back off of 520 on the bottom trend of 480s. Yeah, decent setup there. Decent setup. We'll see if it bounces and gives us another entry on it. And then ULY in the 790s. Here's what I'm going to do with the remainder of ULY. I'm just gonna be done with it. In fears of the 10-cent roll, honestly. In fears of that, because I scaled out. Alright, so somehow we're up. 73 minus 11 in fees, up 61 on the day. Felt like I've been pulling teeth to get this. Alright, I still don't mind SRFM. It seems heavy on the trend right now. I don't mind that play. Oh my god, Indy. Oh, that one's annoying. Yeah, Indy's a little annoying. I saw this one heavy and saw it fading, but curled back over VWAP. Should have stuck to the risk up there. GCTK was just a landslide all morning. EYN pulled back to the 1050s. SRFM, it looked heavy. It has looked heavy on that bottom trend. It would have been nice to have like a couple hundred there. Yeah, trader. SRFM bear flag, yeah. It looked good. I mean, I'm happy I got the hit up here, but I wasn't sized enough really to scale out. Really didn't make sense. Probably, at least like 200 shares up here at 520. I could see that minimum. You could scaling out 100, at least on the trend to see if we bounce. But yeah, that was a good bear flag, trader. That was a very good bear flag. ULY still looking a little heavy too. I would not. That's a high risk play, so I'd reduce the risk on that a little bit. Let's flip through some more. EYN's trying to bounce a little bit off of $10 in VWAP. ICU. Yeah, I got you, fades. ICU. Decent one right there. Maybe not enough for us though. Yeah. CREV getting a little interesting. This was a pump at this time yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember CREV pulling this one up about the same time. Yeah, about the same exact time. Yesterday, $2 up to 350, and then just kind of pulled back, and right now doing the same kind of thing. CREV's got 420 resistance on it. I feel like today's a day too. I need to reduce risk a little bit. It's just an eerie kind of day. Yeah, maybe because of something like this. SRFM cracking and popping up. All right, CREV. I like it. 420 looked very good left of the chart. If my concern is getting involved a little early though, if a chat room's about to just jump all over this thing and pump it up to like 450 and beyond. But CREV, if it does kind of what it did yesterday, I mean, it's already in the 380s. Come on. Give us something to work with. Wow, CREV. just when you were looking good. Dropped 40 cents. Oh no, perfect fall. Oh my god. I do know what you're saying though. You type in the ticker and sometimes you gotta sometimes it doesn't reflect or populate onto the chart and so you're ended up trading something else. Man, I hate that for you. God dang, dude. What were you trying to trade, Perfect Fall? Sorry to hear that, man. You'll pick yourself back up from it. I mean, that's not your mistake, is the good news about that. Just being extra mindful and cautious. CREV, dude, in the freaking 40s. I was like a couple pennies away from hitting that thing. And yeah, especially if you're trying to trade like a dollar ticker and you traded a $15 ticker and ended up sizing way wrong too. Yeah, you were trying to trade a $6 ticker and ended up trading a $15 ticker. So you were probably sized way heavier too on it. Dang, man. Those kind of errors are so aggravating. I'm sorry to hear that. Indy. Indy, you're depressing me. And then the really, I mean, that annoying SONM was definitely a miss. This was such a good setup, guys, this morning. SONM, head and shoulders against 180, very tight. I need to size a little heavier on those that are pretty tight to the resistance. I just need to size a little heavier on those if I don't plan on scaling. I mean, I trade a lot of different edges. And so if I'm trading like something, for instance, like that, where the risk is real tight, just do a single entry. So take max share size on it. I think being dynamic like that is not a bad thing. All right. Yeah, we're back to sniping some trades out, guys. So perfect fall. Are you locked out now? You took a max loss because of that, and now you can't trade anything else. I mean, I'm not even sure what, if anything is worth trading. I mean, SRFM, look at that, like a sloppy thirds. SRFM, trader called it out too. Nice bear flag. I mean, it's a little kind of getting a little ugly. This bear flag's looking a little ugly, but yeah, hitting some resistance up there, pulling back. Yeah, Fades just went through a glitch himself. That was aggravating, so he knows about that aggravation. CRML popping up a little bit. ULY back to 8, but that one's taken forever. GCTK. EYN still holding up pretty good. Yeah, EYN's like is looking fairly bullish. I mean, we catch a few good plays on it, but she's got a lot of buyers stepping into it. Ah, perfect fall. Dang it. I hate that. Hate that. Yeah, so tomorrow's kind of frustrating for me because I'm not going to be able to be here. We got some people working on the house that are going to be in this room, so I mean, they're going to be in the whole house. We're just having to leave the house. EYN putting in a few upper shadows up here, though, towards 11. Doesn't look terrible. 1, 2, 3. I just feel like I have to size down with getting involved with some of these trades, though. SRFM, maybe. EYN, not terrible. I mean, got some good upper shadows on it, forming lower highs. Lower upper shadows. I don't mind it. I don't mind EYN. But I just think I'm going to be sizing down a bit. Or if it sells off, not even take the trade. We take what the market gives us, right? Take what the market gives us. Kayvon, you no fighting over there. Yeah, nothing screaming. If Yuli fades, good. If not, it's fine too. Yeah, I mean, it's got room to fade. So, I mean, my whole idea on it was just to reduce the risk. So take some and let the rest kind of play out. But right now it's red on the day. Still has room to fade if she wants to, but it just the action today. I don't know. Isaiah, I mean, there so far. Good morning to you, Isaiah. How's your trading going? Are you over at TTP now too? So far today, Isaiah, this was a good setup, and I didn't take it, so I'm a little irritated about that. Head and Shoulders SONM 180 was good risk. I had it mapped out, popped up, sold off 30 cents off of that. That was good. I've taken a few trades, Isaiah. I'm only up like $60. I mean, but that's just today. I mean, not every. I mean, just the nature of the day. EYN, I got short up here at 11. Indy, I stopped out on, and then that thing faded. That was annoying. But I at least top tick one thing every single day, Isaiah, if you've recognized. SRFM was good. Hit this one into the Euphoria. Planned on scaling into it, Isaiah. I ended up hitting it near the top, so I didn't have huge size here. I think that's pretty much it. ULY made a little bit there too. Shortened that against like the open and VWAP and such. Yeah, so that's decent. Decent day. I'm not going to take a max loss trade on anything at this point because today's not worth it. Just going to see if we get any screamers. I mean, ICU's not a bad trade if you're at C Pro or somewhere else. With TTP, we need at least 10 cents, so that one's... You sized up too early. Yeah, so... So you've been sizing as well. Yeah, EYN, I kind of liked it again there, right there, but went without me. I like to look at the 5-minute chart a lot of times too, because look at the 5-minute. It's pretty clear this thing was topping out. We got an upper shadow, lower upper shadow, another lower upper shadow. So it was, I was thinking about a position up here. Pulling back pretty good off of that. 5 minutes not bad to look at. It kind of it reduces the 1 minute noise, helps you look at it a little clearer. But yeah, I love sizing, Isaiah. I think it's huge, but it's tricky. I mean, sizing is tricky. You got to kind of determine like the risk and how far the thing can go, and then starting small. So SRFM, I started small. I started like 50 shares at 530, and I was planning for this thing to get up to the daily resistance at like 650. But we didn't get there, So I make $20 instead of making 100, I mean, that's why you start them sometimes, because it could go a little bit further. I mean, it could go on forever, So the max risk for me is $100, so I try to size accordingly for that. Because 50 shares up there if it moved another point, it'd only be down $50, and I hit it another 50 shares. So I try to kind of calculate all the math before I get into it. But yeah, sizing is good if done appropriately. NKTR back up to the highs. But while we're sitting here, I'll show you guys where I'm at on the challenge. Haven't made too much headway because of the recklessness when I first opened this thing. But I'm happy with the trend thus far afterwards. Here's the trend on the account. So I'm barely up on it. Took 2 max loss trades trying to treat it like $1 million competition. And by the way, I top ticked those, so I hated it. But since then, I dialed in, and I've made about 800 off the lows, just trying to dial in, manage the risk, and grind high. I should have started the challenge like this, obviously in retrospect, but kind of swinging for the fences. So now I got a slow grind to it, and we'll I was wanting to get funded. I mean, we got to take what the market gives us. So I have goals, but if the market only gives us so much, you got to take the trades as they come. And SRFM, that one, bear flag. 520 again, dude. The magic 20 cent area. Just a beauty. So I hit it right here. And, wanting it to do pretty much what it's doing now. But it tested it again, gave another entry. Man, I love those setups. Like against the highs in a bear flag and seeing the upper shadow resistance. Yeah, NKTR, Mike, that's there's something there. There's something there. I know. You take those huge losses, like two $500 losses, like I took, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I mean, because the grind, it takes a lot to get that back. I mean, you see my chart now, making it all, recovering it all, but it's just grindy. So it's not worth risking max risk on individual trades. It's really not. So just stick with consistency. A good looking equity curve. Good looking equity curve. That's what I'm after. If my chart just looks pretty much like that, slow and steady climb, that's exactly what I want. I think we can do it. Yeah, EYN was. I was thinking about that trade earlier today, and although I hate longing, in hindsight, I want to try to get into the habit of, especially if it's moving with good volume up towards resistance, and I just feel like, okay, we're getting up to 10. They normally gravitate towards 10. Why not take the long on it off of the trend? This is what I was thinking about earlier, especially because it was kind of sideways. Why not just take the long off the trend and then reverse short? Sell, reverse short up and over 10 and make money on both sides of it. I mean, that's truly trading objectively. So I may do that here and there. EYN, man, falling off. Dang it. NKTR at the highs. Perfect fall. Do you have set rules for an entry? Yes. I do have set rules for an entry. But the rules are kind of off vibes, It's off of 10 years of looking at tickers. So the rules are pretty much implanted in me like a Neuralink. Now, can you drift off of those? Yeah. But I try to be real disciplined. But like I went over early, I trade multiple edges, not just one. I think to reduce the risk for newer traders of over trading is probably a good thing to just focus one setup. Like find just head and shoulders or descending triangles. Descending triangles, like if you're just getting into shorting, descending triangles are a great edge to trade, and just focus those so you're not risking over trading, because over trading can be problematic, especially for the newer trader. But descending triangles usually present themselves every single day. I mean, we saw one in pre-market. What ticker was that? It was ULY. This one in pre-market. So look, I mean, we make a high, then we start dribbling out like a bouncy ball, just dribbling out, forming lower highs. And then once it snaps that, you usually get a lot of selling pressure. But this is a nice pattern to trade because it's very defined risk. So you can short into the spike against the upper trend line. And then if it breaks it, that's your risk, But I'll trade something like that. I'll trade, perfect fall. I'll trade the short against VWAP and against the descending triangle, the break under. Now that's going to become resistance, which we've seen clearly here with ULY. So that was kind of the plan for me. You find the risk, and then you associate your position sizing, scaling, and all towards that. But just make sure you focus risk, not focus profits. Focus the risk. Amateurs focus the money. The pros focus the risk and the edge. When the edge presents itself, take it and then position yourself to the risk. So EYN, for example, this had all of its, like when you get a huge volume candlestick, the largest candlestick on the day, as far as the volume goes, I mean, a decent chunk of the time that's going to be the high a day, which in this case it is right now, 1140, the top. We see an upper wick there. So another edge is, okay, if that's going to serve as the top, I can take a short on pops, risking high a day. But that deserves a full video. Perfect fall. There's a lot that goes into that. Guys, I'm going to flip through a few tickers. NKTR making new highs. I mean, I'm not in love with it. A few days ago it was under 10, sub 10, now up to 35.80. Fade your chart looks similar. Cool. Yeah, but when you take a big loss, your psychology gets ruined and you spiral. Yeah. Fingers crossed it don't spiral. Risk management has to be priority. Yeah. Risk management. So just focus on the risk. It's not sexy, but gets you where you need to go. Yeah, NKTR is a maybe. Outside of that, man, I don't know. But yeah, one of the criteria, well, the hangover, for instance, you don't really entirely want volume. But one of the clear criteria, perfect fall, is, at least for shorting, euphoria, is you need above average volume. Because you need above average volume that creates above average range. It creates more inefficiencies. Let's put it that way. It creates more inefficiencies. And where do we find a lot of inefficiencies in trading? Usually in small cap land. I mean, they appear on, good job ULY, that one's still pulling back in. They appear everywhere, but the strongest emotion is FOMO, and you see FOMO present itself more so in the small cap land. That's where people typically start trading, and they're buying those names up out of fear of missing out. ULY bedtime for the bulls. Lunchtime, maybe, perhaps. little bit too much volume. AMD got a quick scalp on it though. SRFM pulling back up towards the 520s. Choppy name. That's why I mean some of these plays are so choppy. Look, ULY in the 30s, 20s. Heck yeah, dude. Good job with the patience fade. 717. Really wasn't a bad trade right here. Perfect fall. So look at this. I mean, we simmer out, we go sideways, there's no buying present, volume's fading. And then the longs just profit take. They see no momentum's coming into the name, they just profit take. Send me that chart, Kayvon, so I can laugh. I need a good laugh right now. Man, QS has been fading all day. QS against pre-market highs. Man, good looking chart there. I just avoided this one because quantum. I don't know. The quantum stuff feels like it moves independent. EYN. Jeez. All right, guys. Anything you got? All right, XBIO popping up a little bit. That one hit magic 20-cent area, a little pump right there. Sloppy seconds up could be an entry. Seeing quite a bit of support down here in the 430s. Just your random daily pump of the day. Chat room pump of the day. A few scalps, I see that. AMD. Not terrible. You did scale out pretty good. Might have been a little too close together. Looks like a good trade though. All right, if nothing's gonna pop up, guys, I'm probably gonna be calling the day early. Let me flip one more time. SRFM 520s. ULY still heavy. EYN, that's kind of painful. I was really close to hitting that at 11. Didn't do it. Down 2 points. NKTR. This name is a little tricky. I don't think I want to involve myself in it. $8 up to 35. It's 11 o'clock and the thing's still climbing. I just don't see it, dumping back to the open. I mean, maybe we can capitalize on something here, but It just is. That's a very strong name. Some of these quantum names like QS, look at this this downtrend on it. CLSK Energy at the highs. Energy plays can be very annoying too. ICU actually would have paid out fades. Ended up pulling back 10 cents. And KTR at highs. Emmanuel, we got some good and bad news. All right. Doing pretty good on the 50K account. Oh, you were over halfway there. Lost most of it back down to 658, down 1,000. A little heartbroken, but you're still green on the account. What's max loss on one trade there? Is it on the 50K account? Is it 1,000? Is it 1,000? But you didn't lose it all on one trade, did you? That'd be the most painful. If your chart's looking nice and good, steady climb, and then yeah, good job being green though. Good work. You were not. Don't tell me you long Tesla at the open. I know you like to trade Tesla. Yeah, it's the on the day. On the day, what is it? Max drawdown on the day probably is what? On a 50K account, probably what, 1,000. Daily stops 1,000. Yeah, did you lose? You were up 1,700 down to 658. Did you lose on one trade though, or was that over a series of trades? You got like a max loss personally defined for yourself, per ticker. I find that to be helpful for me, just after my prop firm fun, right when I open my account. I find that just really defining at least, a reasonable max loss per ticker helps, as long as you stick to it. NKTR is a maybe for me. I mean, I'm eyeballing it. I just not sure. Not sure if I want to trade that one. Not happening on. It didn't happen on one trade. Okay. Well, you're still heading in the right direction. That's the good news. All I'm seeing is NKTR. You were too heavy on something, thinking it was going to drop more. Got it. A little heavy on something. Yeah, size into like a reasonable amount on this prop is, I think, is so helpful. just sizing to a reasonable amount where I mean I think I take it just as serious as a live account. I have more wiggle room, you know, the 25k of wiggle room. It was Tesla. Knew it. You're a Tesla addict. Cause when you know, I'm trading the same way I'd be trading, you know, live if I'm funded, getting paid out, all that. I think I am at least. That's the focus. I want it to be the same once we get funded. I think I can like comfortably make $200 to $300 on a 25k account. Like the emotions are very in check at that level for me. I'm seeing things real clearly. Emotions are in check. Man, it's annoying when you want to trade, but nothing's screaming. Nothing is telling the gut to take the trade. I'll tell you guys some like maybe C setups, but that's all I'm seeing right now. What's NKTR? It's like as soon as I start thinking about it, market makers are like, the green team's about to enter the trade. Send her down, boys. All I gotta do is think about it, and the telepathy takes over. So I mean SRFM maybe. You know, it's not a trade I would take, but 520's holding up. That would be the risk guide. I'd size down. Not my favorite setup. It's just pretty much risking 520. It's held up pretty well. And then outside of that, NKTR is up a lot, but there's not much to go off of unless you're risking highs or something. I mean, we put in a significant pullback here. If we got a pop up towards 34.5, you know, could take it. I'd go small on it. Just this day, you know, feels, you know, inherently a little more risky, so I'd just go a little smaller on it. That's all I'm seeing though. XBIO, that was kind of a miss. Magic 20 cent area. Saw that was popping up a little bit. But yeah, guys, I mean, I'll hang out with you just for a few minutes. Any questions or any tickers you want to go over? But I think I don't think there's. My edge is not presenting itself right now. But I'll keep an eye on the scans and just hang out with you guys for a little bit. Fade's average position size. If you look at the winners versus losers, I mean, the position size is going to be different depending on the price of the stock. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably going like on something like ULY, max for me would have been 100 shares here. Just because of the nature of this ticker, max share size on ULY would have been 100. I had 50 on it. Because again, my max risk is $100, so I got to consider that with the float. and with risk and where the risk levels are. But if you consider the chart here, most of my winners, I mean, look at here. I went from 626 down to 463. So, I mean, my winners are generally like, I have a 68% win rate right now. And the winners are generally like probably 30 to 60, 70 bucks each. And then if I get a max loser, that's going to be about 100. So it's a slow and steady climb for me. But if we have days like yesterday where I get, 10 winners on 30 to 50 average winners, I had over a $300 day yesterday. Need to let some leftovers work a little bit more. For example, EYEN. I'm starting to take the profits, getting back into the habit of, here's actually the P&L. We can look at the closed trades. So we have some $20. This is scaling out. That's why these are small. I believe some of these are scaling out. Maybe not. No, this is full position size. So we have some $60 wins, $50 wins, $14 loss, $70 win, 20, 15, 20, minus 60. I'm not saying necessarily I'm like going $100 max risk per trade even. There's $162 loss, and then 50, 60, 40, 15, 40, 30. There's $100 loss, $46 loss, but yeah, that's the steady climb right there. Going to have a higher consistency rate. We need to focus on taking good losers, though. Did NKTR just knife down? She still might give an entry. Yeah, but Emmanuel, when you get too heavy, it creates, for me at least, let me know what you think, but it creates a little bit more bias. Creates more bias, so I try to just avoid that. Stay at a position size where it doesn't like have to work, if that makes sense. You're so heavy on it where. All right, let me take a look. Where's NKTR at? We're popping up a little bit. I don't want to take a boredom trade. I like the sell-off, kind of knife down like Fades pointed out, and then a pop back up a little bit for an entry. Any kind of, we just popped a point. Give me just a little bit more, then I might take it risking highs. Give me a little bit more NKTR. I might take it risking the highs. I'm thinking about this one going 20 shares maybe. If it pops up to like 34, 50, 35, and then the risk would be like 36. Be single entry approach. on the spike. Let me see if we get a little bit more of a pop here. I'll go ahead and get involved with it. I think 36 is going to be... the risk here. All right, 36.05 is the risk on this. Let's see what happens. $20 shares in at 34.11. If we get a pull back down towards in the 31s, it's kind of what I'm looking for. Just spiking up towards where it knifed down at is what I'm looking at. Joining the party, Fades. All right, let's see what happens here. Fades helping out the cause. Oh, you got filled. It's in the 6s now? Oh my god, Fades. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Good work. She buys up quick, this NKTR. Yeah, it has meat. Small size will throw in the towel if highs reclaim up to 37. Got it. Yeah, I think I'm risking like 40-ish bucks on it, which is a lot of. I mean, I'm only up like 60 on the day. I'm up 61 on the day, so not much. I would think they're the same. Fades is funded. What do you got any insight on that? Fades, I'm quite certain they're going to be the same. It's like a 75-cent minimum. All right. I'll BRB. Be right back. How are we doing? In KTR still bouncing around. I see fades. Yeah. Dollar amount. I'd probably say around $1,000 positions. You said 2,000 max. Yeah, I'd agree. James, what happened? Overtraded yesterday. Blew the account. Well, now you got that out of the way, James, right? Got it out of the way. I think a lot of us, when we first opened up shop over here at TTP, we kind of did the same thing, oversized, and then started dialing in. So get that oversizing out of your system and start with your next one. Just dial in, size it smaller, and work towards consistent growth. YSG, getting some speed on it. $960 to $1090 on the day. Yeah, that's a tough mindset too. Fades. having to make it back. It's a tough mindset. I've been there plenty of times though. That's why we go over it. Mind's got to be stronger than the emotions. Emmanuel's heading out. All right, Emmanuel. Good work on your 50K account. Good work. Happy to see the growth. You'll get it. Take care. We'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna be out tomorrow. I'll be here Friday. Yep. No giving up, James. No giving up. Kayvon, you're out tomorrow too. Going to the lake again? Did you enjoy the lake, or were you just your mind was focused on trading the whole time? You just couldn't enjoy yourself. Yeah, Fades does really well with these ULYs. He's so dialed into these trades. And had a great amount of patience with this one, too. Because of conviction, really, right? Because of conviction. I mean, James, you trade long enough, you're gonna have conviction like Fades to like stick with this name. He was in it kind of early and rode it all the way out for hours. Now, why does he do that unless he's convicted through experience over time? He's seen what they do so many times. You longed ULY at the top. What, in pre-market? Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, don't let the FOMO get to you like that. Yeah, it's, long in ULY on Euphoria like that. That'll get you for sure. But it's all part of the learning experience. You pretty much learn through pain, right? So many of us have learned through the pain of it. So why not learn through the pain with at least minimizing your own, reducing the risk on your own personal capital and utilizing the equities prop, like trade the pool. NKTR still just chilling. Chilling like a villain. I'd like her to just go ahead and decide what she's gonna do. But you're in the right place, James. You'll learn. You'll get it. You'll get it figured out. This NKTRs. It's not really profit taking much, is it? This 35 level, I don't entirely want it to get above. That's tested here 3 times. So I think I'm just going to reduce the risk on it. I'm going to bring the stop down into like the 35s. 35. What did I say? 35. Yeah, 35 in general. I'll reduce the risk to like 35.50. 35.50. Oh, I saw that, James, and I did think of you. I mean, it came back this morning, right? I don't remember the ticker, but I did look at it this morning, and it was at 56 or 7, wherever you needed it at. Kind of sucks that it happened overnight. Yeah, and then the 9 cent thing happened yesterday to you. That was no fun. No bueno. It's a decent pullback in KTR. See a snap under 33. Looking for a flush under 33 NKTR. Oh, James, I know you're learning. You're definitely learning. There's a lot of guys in here who you can there's a lot to learn from in here. A lot of guys with a lot of experience. So just stick around, you'll get it. It's all really about time. Just give yourself time and don't let yourself down. You know, you're gonna have to lose to learn. I mean, honestly, some say, and I tend to agree with this. I mean, those veterans, let me know what you think. But I mean, most of what you learn is in the drawdowns. You know, a lot of the learning is in the drawdowns. You don't necessarily learn as much, you know, on all the green trades. You learn a lot. You learn a lot really in the drawdowns. You learn what not to do. I've given that analogy many times. But there's no success without failure. You gotta fail a lot to learn what not to do. So don't be too hard on yourself because it's really just part of it. I was wanting this thing under 33. Um, take a look at the chart. Okay, 34 might be heavy now against 34. Looking for the 33 flush. Slowing down a lot. Slowing down a lot here. Could help with the profit taken. Well, James, it's because you were focused on the profits, not the risk. You gotta really focus in on the loss. Okay, there's 32s. Trying to give it some time here if it wants to flush a little further. Some orders are stacking up on the ask. Here, let's do this. I'm going to get out half at 32.84. Oh, then I'm going to adjust the stop. Hopefully this works out because I am in kind of small. I was thinking about just taking all. Average is 34.11 now with only 10. So I'm going to set an OCO. One cancels the other. Stop is going to be pretty much the average price. I'll give it 33.80 and then profit, see if it can get down back down to like 30 or lower. I got to consider the 10-cent rule when I do this. So that's kind of the headache here. So at least if it curls back around, I'll at least profit 10 cents on the second half of it. All right, so right now we're sitting at 72 on the day after commissions, and then if this trade works out, yeah, we might make $100 on the day. It feels like $100 day. I mean, with what the market's giving us, really. SAFX. Wow, yeah, my attention was focused elsewhere. Not bad, not bad. A lot of action like this. I mean, we're getting a lot of pumps, but they're not sustaining at all. A lot of these pumps are not sustaining at all. Just another mic. Goal is 20, just to make 1,500, 26,500 to get funded. We're on our way. SAFX, man, this thing, I mean, honestly, if it pops, after that elevator down, if we pop up to close to in the 240s, I mean, I probably will smack it. Pretty much against the high is the idea there, SAFX. I'll just have it on standby. If we pop up into the 240s, probably will hit it. I mean, no breaking news just came out on it, did it? Just it's an energy play. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, James, one thing I will say, with your trading, because I have to do it as well. If you're having a hard time pressing the button on the losers. And give me a second too. I might take SAFX on this pop here. All right, I'm in 240. It's gonna be really tight. I don't want it back up to the new highs. We might be doing that right now. Stop is going to be 263. I'm going to set the stop real quick. Stop is in place. SAFX, damn. Wow, she is popping up. See what she's going to do. Kind of the idea here is sloppy seconds against the highs. I mean, we popped up quick back up here. But look at that. She's curling back up, so this one may take me out. 263 is right up near there. It elevated down and reclaimed that quick. A little spready too. Yeah, it's a good sloppy seconds entry. It nearly took me out. It's back down to my average. What a manipulated kind of play. 260 is down to 212. Straight back up to 260. Yes, a decent entry risking highs, but this thing, if it spikes up to new highs, it's going to probably shoot up 20, 30 cents. Kayvon, not much of your edge is presenting itself today. Stopped on TOST. You got AMD though, right? AMD was alright. Yeah, are you in this too, Fades? we're such degenerates. Every time I want to get out of here, something draws me back in. I will be done with it if it reclaims highs, which it keeps testing. I mean, it's not selling back off quick, so not going to risk much here. I mean, nothing else has been doing this kind of a move like SAFX, so is this going to be the black sheep of the day? The anomaly. I mean, we went from 170 up to 250. We will see. $266. Just gonna let it work. Very interesting play here. The fact that it's trying to hold up. Yeah, the sweep. It looks like the sweep's about to happen. Incoming sweep. Alright, I'm out. SAFX out of it. That was pretty nasty. After that elevator down, and now, like Fades just said, they might sweep it and then shoot it back down again. I mean, really, the stop should be set at way abnormal levels, but SAFX, man, this thing, recent IPO, opened at what, 30? Looks like somewhere around $30. It's a tough one. Yes, she's a tough one. Stop at 271. Man, she has not. Yeah, we'll go over that in just a second. But yeah, that's right. All right, so James, you just kept sizing in. I was trying to pass the evaluation in one day. Yeah, I mean that's how it goes. Get that out of your system. Yeah, Baron, we were actually just talking about. James is asking about managing risk. He's having some issues just taking the loss. So here's what I recommend: just find that amount of money in where you want to risk prior to entering the trade. So predefine the risk, and then once you get in, set the risk, like set the OCO, set the stop on it. So that way it eliminates you from the picture, James. That's what I'd recommend. But yeah, good morning, Baron. Hit max loss on GCTK. Oh, dude, that one gave everything back, didn't it? God dang it. Sorry to hear that, Baron. What happened? Just sizing, or you just size it too quick, or you start it too early? What happened there? Yeah, we've been talking about a lot of good stuff today on sizing, risk management. Fades all out of SAFX. Yeah, I mean, recent IPO, this is kind of a nasty move. This thing dropped 50 cents, popped back up. It's a good entry against the highs. You see those snap fairly often, and here it is snapping right now after it takes us out. You gotta do what you gotta do, though. That's risk management, Mr. James. Know where you're gonna get out and stick to it. NKTR on leftover is still sitting right on the VWAP. I'd like to see it heavy there. All right. about to have to head out, so I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and take NKTR pretty much at the same place I got, leftover same place I got the first exit. So took an L, SAFX. I mean, it shorted against the highs. It made new highs. You got to stick with that, I can't just hit it into oblivion. So regardless of that working out. So today made 82, after fees up 67. Didn't get anywhere today, but it was a little slow. SAFX, still something there if you're sticking around. But Baron, you sized and held, looking for 11 to break, back down, instead it shot to 14. Oh, right here. I see. You shorted this spike. You were looking for 11 to hold it. Spiked up. Yeah, pre-market's challenging because you can't. It's easier to go deer in headlights in pre-market because it's usually a little more illiquid, and then you get those moves happening where it's hard to get out of. It's hard to get out of, and they just spike up 3-4 points in a minute, and you're left. Yeah, this 1150 up to 14 in like a minute. You get squeezed out, go deer in headlights. It's difficult. Then James got in long, and then it reversed. I will say, James, if you're long in something from 6 and it's up to 14, have your finger on the trigger to get out of that thing. Like, trade that very scared. Because long in something that's up that much, that quickly, generally you're going to get some profit taken, like we saw at the market open, where this thing's just been profit taken all day, and you get long stuck in it. I mean, imagine, James, there's a lot of longs that kind of buy into this euphoria up here, and they don't stop out. They just hold and hope and get capitulated all day. Just another Mike. Yeah, good. Nice. So Mike wrote it up and then shorted it on the way down. That's awesome. Dude, I respect that. That's incredible. Being able to work both sides of the trade is really trading objectively. You're trading objectively the price action, and you're not really biased, one direction or the other. You're just trading the price action for what it is. I respect working both sides of the trade. That's impressive. All right, if you're sticking around, I gotta head out. But SAFX, I'm not gonna touch it again. It's tempting. It definitely is tempting. Is an energy play. I don't see much news. It's a recentish IPO that just completely sold off. This thing IPO'd, it looks like around 39 bucks not that long ago. I don't know what happened here. This thing just 39 down to $1.50. What in the world? So maybe it's getting some shorts covering. Longs are fully capitulated, and it's getting a leg on up. I don't know. Man, SRFM still fading. But yeah, guys, email me averydaytrading@gmail.com if you have any questions. If you want your own eval, that's pinned in the comments. Today was interesting day. Good discipline and patience showed by the green team. You guys are doing very well. We're grinding our way up. Tomorrow, oh my God, I want to be here, but I can't. There's going to be some guys in the house working on it. So I got to leave. Tomorrow I will not be here, unfortunately. I mean, if you guys want to hang out still, if you guys want to like trade together, we can figure it out. I can probably just stream like scanners or something so you guys can hang out. Just let me know if that's popular by demand. I know a few of you are going to be out tomorrow too, so just let me know. averydaytrading@gmail.com, and I could set that up. Otherwise, guys, this has been an all green week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy with the green week. Been an all green week, so that's helpful for the AA meetings we have, right? When you have a full green week, let's try to keep that going. Maybe we reverse long SAFX. This thing is no joke at lows like that. Working that 67% win rate. All right. I like it. I like the hub here. It's pretty cool. Keep this trend going in that direction. James, you said do that, please. All right. I'll try to figure it out. Got 250 left, Mike. You got it. You got it. James, all red for you. You're learning. It's all good. Part of it. There's no success without the failure, James. Just be optimistic. Try to focus on the optimism. You're getting there. All right, I'll figure out how to stream tomorrow. I won't be able to trade, but you guys can hang out and alert some stuff. I'll try. No promises. I'll try. I got to figure it out because I'm not going to be at the house. Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. All right, guys. Take care. Stay safe. Disciplined. We will see you Friday. I'll probably be in and out of the chat tomorrow if you guys are trading, but I'm not going to be there. So I may be in and out, though. And we'll see you Friday.